Okay, so I'm going to get a new file. This time I'm just going to do 8 by 10. We don't seem to need the extra space of 11 by 17, so make it easier on my computer and make it 8 by 10.
Wait. I guess I didn't get Fire Alpaca to open. Open. Did I get it to open? Oh, I did get it open. I just didn't open it. Oh.
And today I'm going to try out the background color option. Are you muted?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Wasn't sure if you were like talking with the phone there or what, so I'm going to click on my background color box right here, and this lets you pick a color for your paper, as if you were doing toned paper. Can I make it bigger? No, not really. I'm going to stay over on the left edge where it's just neutral gray, but I'm going to bring it down maybe a third of the way or a fourth of the way, so that I have kind of a light gray color. And then when I say okay, my paper is gray. This is handy for when you want to actually draw with white, or you need to do, excuse me, something that requires you to have a medium tone first and then add some white later. But this won't show up in your actual layer 1. As you can see over here, I still have a checkerboard. So yeah, we can think of this as being something that's behind our first layer. I'm not sure if you can go back and change it later. I will look that up and let you know next class. But today I thought we'd have some fun with layers, making our own sort of digital version of a Mr. Potato Head.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We can do some,
I like that.
Yeah, some different kinds of eyes and noses and mouths, and then we can swap them out with layers because layers are so good at that. So this first layer, I'm just going to name it Potato because this is our base of our Mr. Potato Head. You don't actually have to draw it as a potato, but just so I know what this layer does, I'm going to go ahead and start with my pen tool.
So now you're going to be stuck forever with that
with the gray?
Gray, right?
You can fill an entire layer with white if you prefer. If you're like, oh, I don't like this gray, I don't want to work with it, I can get a new layer here and I can get my paint bucket with white and I can just fill in that entire layer with white.
Yeah, but
on and off, but
once you start drawing on it, then you can't do that anymore, can you?
Depends on which layer you're drawing on.
Well, if I draw on that gray layer, I'm never going to be able to get rid of it. Whereas if I put a transparent layer on top of it, then I could continue to change the background color all the time.
This gray color isn't actually part of the layer.
Oh.
So if I go ahead and let's say I draw, whoops, let's get something bigger that I can see. Let's say I draw something. The gray isn't on the inside because if I turn on this layer, it's white inside, if that makes sense. So it is still transparent.
Where the hell is that gray?
So this color is just like part, it's almost like this gray on the sides here.
Okay. That's
it's just,
interesting.
it exists, but it's not a part of our actual file. Yeah, so it is interesting. You might notice Michaela does this a lot, and it's based on color theory, that if you have a slightly muted background, you'll pick more natural colors. What people tend to do when they're picking their colors is they stay in this upper right corner when they're on white paper, and say, oh, here, and they pick, you know, their reds and their oranges and their greens, and they look fine on white paper, but then when you get them on a normal sort of mid-tone, all of a sudden they're neon.
Yeah. Whoa,
and it's like,
okay.
oh, so if I colored my tree, you know, my leaves on my tree this green, it looks wild. So if I start with gray and I start picking colors like, oh, that looks pretty normal for leaves, but when you put it on white paper, it looks too dark.
Well, interesting.
Yeah, so that's just kind of a wild thing that this background color is
What a
used
great
for.
mini lesson. What a huge thing to learn. I mean, it's small, but it's huge.
Yeah, it's just it's just something you'll start seeing all over the place now, where you'll just go like, oh, is that blue really blue? Is, you know, how bright is that blue actually? Yeah, it's crazy once you like start thinking about these things. Text from Stephanie, she's having computer troubles, but we'll be there pretty soon. Okay. Potato layer. Yeah, so my potato layer, like I said, you don't actually have to draw a potato. I'm gonna get rid of this though. Delete. But we're gonna do our head shape. So if you want to be classic and make a potato, that's up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and just give myself simplicity here, just maybe an oval.
Looks exactly like a potato.
It actually does. I know. I wasn't going for a potato, but I got one anyway.
Today you're on a pen right now, right?
I am on a pen right now, yes.
Okay.
On a pen right now, and it's set pretty high. I've got mine at 36, size 36. And of course, once you draw your shape, you can always hit the Control T for transform, and you go, oh, I really wanted it a little wider, or I wanted it just bigger in general. You can play around with the shape.
I'm doing that right now.
All right.
And I remember to hit enter.
And enter, yeah. So now mine isn't so lopsided. Excellent. We're not going to worry about using a different layer for color today. We're just going to go ahead and pick the color that we want, and we'll be stuck with it. So I'm just going to pick some kind of potato color. Plop it in there.
So you plopped it in there with the paint?
With the paint bucket.
Okay, so I got to have a closed circle then.
You do have to have a closed circle, or else you need that close the gap box checked, and you have to up those plus signs. It'll only do, I think, maybe about 5 pixels wide. If you have a gap 5 pixels wide, it'll stop, but anything larger than that, it'll still leak out.
Potato color, that's pretty good potato color. All right.
Next, we're going to make another layer, and we're going to call this one Eyes 1, because we will be making more than one set of eyes. Then when I click on my pen tool, pencil tool, brush tool, I don't know what we call this one. What's it actually called? Brush tool. When I click on my brush tool.
Yeah, it's a pen tool. Where'd you see brush?
When I hover over it, or you can, I don't know if you can see in the lower left part of my screen, it says
brush
tool.
The tool's a brush, but it's got the pen. Oh, it is.
Yeah,
brush right at the top of there.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. So I guess this is the brush tool.
I know what we're talking about.
Learn something every day.
Okay.
So up at the top here where it says snap, and right now it's set to off. We have like different kinds of grids and vanishing points and all that fun stuff. We're going to get this one that is the circle. It looks like a bullseye.
Okay.
And click the little dot at the end, and that will let us move this wherever we want to move it. And then when we click,
oh my Lord,
it stays right there. I'm going to switch to black lines, and I'm going to make a perfect circle using this guide. And I want to make another eye, so I'm going to click that dot again, move it to where I want the other eye to be, and make my second eye. And you go, well, how do I know how to make it the same size? Can't I just copy paste? Of course you can. I'm just giving you tools to practice with.
Okay, so when you moved it,
Mm-hmm.
how did you do that? Because now,
click that dot again.
Oh, click the dot, and then that frees
Yep,
it.
that lets you move
And
it wherever you
now
want it.
it's, all right, I'll just do that. And then I want my pen to be black again. Do I have to hit in the black or just?
You do have to make sure that your box over here is black.
Okay, got it.
And we
Oh,
want to
mine
get
turned out to
rid
be
of it.
different sizes.
Oh no!
How can that be?
It can be because you picked a different line maybe on the guide.
Yeah, but there's two lines and one's smaller and one's larger.
Oh, like the actual line thickness?
No, let me share my screen.
Sure, let me stop sharing mine.
Do you see it?
Oh, I see. Like one eye has 2 circles and one has 1.
Right, and the one with 2 circles, one of them's smaller and one of them's bigger. Because if I get rid of that big circle,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't work. Control Z.
Control Z, Control Z.
It isn't working.
Try going.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, that's smaller.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it could just be that the pen hit it at a point.
Oh, it
in a more
doesn't draw
inner
right
circle.
on the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to do a copy paste.
Yeah.
How do
Sometimes
I
might
do
just go back
that?
to copy paste. You're going to actually, a shortcut is there's the little duplicate layer button at the bottom of your layer window. It looks like 2 pieces of paper right on top of one another.
Oh man, yeah, okay. Oh wait, this one.
Yeah, that one. So now you've got those 2 layers. So you can just get the move tool.
Get my little hand. Oops, that's moving the whole paper.
The other one that has like the up down arrow, a little cross up and down
arrow.
thingy. Yeah, that one. You should be able to move one of these over. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing.
Okay.
Now I have my 2 eyes. All right.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but to get rid of this guide, the circle guide, we just hit the off again to take our grid off.
Oh,
Stephanie,
right.
welcome. We're making a Mr. Potato Head. That's what we're doing today.
Good. Did you get my note?
I did. Yes. I just didn't have a minute to
No,
reply.
that's okay. That's okay. Thank you, though.
All right.
I'm still trying to. I got to get my alpaca running.
No problem.
I'm glad I got this going. So there, we got that down. Okay. I don't know why it's temperamental some days, and other days it's like cutting butter.
I know. That's technology in a nutshell there. Like sometimes it works fine and my life is so easy, and other days, oof. Okay.
Thing is, I just love technology, so I just roll with it. Don't get worried. I can't see Kristen though now.
I'm here. I see you.
There you are. When you talk, I can see. Let me see how I can.
That might be because I'm
gallery view.
Yeah, it might be because I'm sharing my screen. You might need to
okay.
fiddle with your view options on.
Yeah.
So far we've made a potato on one layer, line and colored it with the paint bucket. And then we've got another layer for eyes. I'm going to fill in my eyes with white.
But you're not using true white, right? I can see you're not. So
oh yeah, I'm not. I'm not using true white. You could if you wanted.
Kind of bluey white.
Yeah.
Although it looks like it's reddy white up there, but whatever. It's this white right here.
Then if you want to use the circle guide again, you can, but I'm just going to freehand it and draw in some kind of pupils. Nice little shortcut is that G, like go, like golf, will bring up your paint bucket. And then B for brush. You can switch between those two tools just by clicking your G key and your B key so that you can just draw a line, fill. Easy peasy some days.
G is which?
The paint bucket.
Okay, so I draw a little circle.
I guess for goulash or a
Yeah.
gallon, a paint gallon.
Ooh, now I did Control G and got a grid. That was not what I wanted.
No, not Control G, just G by itself.
Oh, just G. Oh, yeah, okay. And then B?
Yep, B for brush.
Oh, how cute. Okay.
All right, so we've got our first set of eyes. I'm going to get a new layer and call this one Nose 1 because we will make another nose later. And you can do any kind of nose you want. I'm just going to go classic here. I'm going to fill it in kind of pink maybe. And we're going to repeat that again. Another layer. Mouth 1. And we're going to put on some kind of a mouth. I'm going to go for a little. And then one more time, let's put on eyebrows. 1.
You're picking another layer for the eyebrows?
Yep, we're going to do a new layer for every facial feature. So I've got 1 layer for eyes, 1 layer for nose, 1 layer for mouth, and 1 layer for eyebrows.
How come?
Because we're going to do our little virtual Mr. Potato Head and switch out the eyes, nose, mouth.
Oh, shoot.
You get
Okay.
on different layers.
Yeah, I got 2 layers. Let's see, get a different layer here. Okay. Well,
No worries, though. We got plenty of time.
oh, this is fun. Yeah.
So one little problem with our Mr. Potato Head, though, if you can imagine, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers for set 1. We're going to need another 4 layers for the second eye, second nose, second mouth, second eye. Our layer list gets really long, and it gets kind of hard to navigate. So what I'm going to do right now is there's a little folder button on your layer menu. It's like the 4th one over.
I see it. Mm-hmm.
It makes a folder. Name something random like folder 7. I'm going to call this angry. This is going to be all my angry stuff. Angry mouth, angry eyebrows, and just say okay. So now I can take my eyebrows, which are angry, and I'm going to drag it until it goes in, highlights the folder, and then drop it in there, and it should be nested. You can see how it's like shoved over a little bit to tell me that it's inside this angry folder. And when I open and close my folder by clicking on it, my eyebrows go in and out.
Oh, so this is ugly.
Hey, just call your file ugly. I called mine silly. Because mine wasn't very angry, but the next one was.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you need to. In fact, I'll just go ahead and set up my second folder. Whoops, not inside of that one though. And let's say this is going to be my sad stuff. So that's where I'll put my sad eyebrows and my sad mouth. I just want you to get used to the fact that you can organize your folders, and when you're not using them at the moment, just close them up and it'll make your list shorter. Also easier to find which expressions that you want, instead of trying to remember, was my eyes 2 my angry eyes, or was it eyes 4?
So Betsy, so I clicked on layer 1, but I still have everything on there.
Everything on layer 1?
Yeah, everything's the way it is on layer 4.
Let me see your screen.
Let's see the screen.
Yeah.
Be prepared. You'll be scared.
It's okay. It's Halloween time.
It's Halloween, right?
Stop. No. I want to share. Oh, gotta go down here. There. You see it?
Nope.
Not yet. You might have to select another thing to say okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
I had to move it over to.
Now we're starting it. Hey, oh, great looking.
There we go. All right.
Super potato.
But I see what I have to do. I have to double click on it, and then nope, it's still not showing it.
You've got the
So
eyes.
your layer. Yeah, actually that's okay because your eyes can be the same. We're just going to change the eyebrows. So that's fine.
But how do I get this back to this?
Just start hitting the turning off of the layer nose. Turn it off.
Yep.
Boom. Hair. Bang. Close.
Ah, got it.
Yeah,
you want to put them in a folder.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to separate it by emotions if you don't want to. You can make a folder for noses, a folder for eyes.
Oh yeah, that would
for
work.
clothes.
Okay, so if I want to make a different nose, I use a different layer, right?
That's right.
Right.
Excellent.
And a different name, so nose 2 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if they're all just named nose, then it gets a little confusing on which nose did you want.
Got it.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Do I have to unshare, or can you do that?
I think I'm going to do it from my side. Yeah, I can do it from my side. So
Whoa,
I
just got dizzy. I was drawing and then you popped up.
I popped up with mine.
Whoa. Okay, let's see here.
So we're going to repeat this a few more times. Every time you want to draw something new, a hair bow, a hairstyle, a mustache, different eyes, different eyebrows, you get a new layer. Call it what the thing is. So I'm going to put this one as sad eyebrows. I should have done that instead of numbers. Oh well. Live and learn. Going to take off my angry stuff. Draw some sad eyebrows. Maybe with the sad eyebrows, there's some tears included as a bonus. But I want my mouth to be separate, so I got to get a new layer. And name that layer Sad Mouth. We'll put that from, whoops, not in pink. Oh, why is that happening?
Okay, why did I lose you guys?
It even happens with me.
Did you lose me too? Did you?
I am not drawing in the right color for some reason. It's gone into like a masking mode and I'm not sure why. Let's try this. Red, okay, and this is black, right? Okay. So when I draw here, oh, there we go. Now it's black. We'll put that in sad, put that in sad.
Those little tears that you did, they have no line around them.
No, I just colored them in blue. I got lazy. I could if I wanted though. I could come back here.
No, I think they're neat. Isn't there a little thing that I can just draw a little circle with, a little oval with, and it'll be blue?
Yeah, I just turned my color to blue first. You can even do it with the grid if you wanted to make perfectly round tears for whatever reason. Whoops.
But how did you have, how did you get the line to be blue? Oh, you make
I
it
changed my
blue.
color.
That's too easy. All right, I like that.
There we go.
And I might do some happy eyebrows. So I take off my sad stuff. Bloop. Some nice big arching eyebrows.
Layer 1. I don't want. Oh, there we go. Layer 6. Okay. Go back to this.
Happy
I
mouth.
want to go different eyes. And that doesn't work. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Let's go back to this. Go back here.
So with my happy mouth, you might see that he looks a little bit intense, a little bit like a creep when he's smiling like that, and his eyes are still round and wide open. When we smile in the real world, our cheek flesh gets pushed up and it'll cover the bottom part of the eye, kind of like this. So right on my mouth layer, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll hold down the Alt key, A-L-T, to turn my cursor into a eyedropper and get the skin color or the potato color. And then I'm just going to hand color right over the bottom of the eyeball.
Oh, nice.
And then
Oh
there
man,
we
that's
go.
just okay. We gotta have a happy guy here.
And now he looks a little bit more normal. But then when I take my mouth layer off, then his eyes go back to normal.
Make some nice.
So if I want to erase my eyes in this layer, I could do that by getting that dropper thingy.
That's right.
Dropper thingy, where are you? Dropper thingy. And then I pick out the color I want to erase them.
Just like you're
And
painting right over it.
No, it's not doing it. Okay, let's try. Maybe it didn't like, maybe I picked up the,
Is it on a different layer?
Yeah, I got it on a different layer. And when I change it to white, and my dropper's over here, when I hit it, it flips it back to black.
Back to black. That's not
Okay,
right.
here we go. We're sharing.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to stop my share.
Okay, I think I shared you.
Looking cute.
Oh, you got it? You see it?
I see it. Yep.
Okay, so I switch it to white. See, there's white, right?
Okay, yeah.
I got my dropper.
Well, the dropper's what switches it.
Yeah, the dropper is going to select the color that you click. So if you click on like the brown part, it'll turn brown. And if you click on the nose, it'll turn the nose color.
So if I click on white here on that background, I'm missing
going to use your brush. Your brush is going to cover over it. The picker just picks your color. And once you got the color you want, you go back to your brush tool.
Got it. But why do I have to do that? Why? I mean, why?
Computers are dumb.
Between this picking or through here, or picking your if you want to match it exactly.
If you want to match it exactly, that's it. Yeah.
Got it. Got it now. Dirt. Okay, got it. Get away.
Excellent.
I don't want your dropper anymore. I want pin. There we go.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ew, this is weird. Cutting his eyes out.
So now that we've got kind of the basics of it, kind of the gist, if you want to start a new one with like, let's say a cat or a dog, or you want to do something, a fairy, different wings, whatever you like.
You know what I think? I forgot to use my pen. I've been using my mouse.
Oh my goodness. This is tablet class, Stephanie. Tablet.
I know. No wonder it's been challenging. Okay, fine.
I'm going to grab a new piece of paper. Let's say I'm done with this potato. I'm just going to go through the steps again. If you want to listen to me, great. If you want to go ahead and practice on your own, great.
No, I want to listen.
Okay. So I'm just doing 8 by 10 this time just because we don't need a whole lot of space.
Okay,
Got it set to the defaults. And I'll say, okay, to get my new set of paper. And let's say this time I'm going to do a dog. So I'm going to say dog head right here.
This is your new layer, and you're naming the first layer? Okay.
I'm naming my first layer dog head, or if you're doing a cat head, then do a cat head, or whatever you're drawing. This is like our potato. That's the thing that's going to stay the same no matter what. And for my dog head, I'm just going to start with kind of like a peanut shape. You might not get it the first time. That's what Control Z is for. And I'm going to pick the color of my dog. Let's say I want it to be kind of a gray. And I'll use my paint bucket to fill it in.
That's not gray, that's taupe.
Taupe. Beautiful.
I had a daughter that loved that color, and I said, that's not a color. I've seen mucus that looks better than that. So. Anyway.
Yeah, I think there's like an internet meme where it'll say, it has, I think, just a rainbow, just like our color picker here, which is kind of rainbow colors. And they said normal people, red, orange, yellow, green. And then artists have taupe, magenta, and burgundy, and all the colors.
Cyan.
Cyan, that's right. Aquamarine.
Aquamarine, that's the one.
So after I've got my dog head, I'm going to put this one as eyes.
So you picked up another layer. Okay, got it.
Yep, we're going to do the same thing. I think you missed this part. When you
I missed the replica part where I was just coming in on where you got the same.
Oh, where we duplicate it? Okay. I'm going to turn on my snap tool, my circle snap tool.
Oh, yeah.
Now, why'd you do that?
You'll
This
see.
lets you draw perfect circles. It's like using a stencil. So I have to click this little dot to move it where I want it. Let's say I want one of the eyes to be right here. Actually, let me zoom in a bit so you can see what's going on. So you can see these red lines going out and out and out. Those are just kind of telling me how big the circle will be. And then I choose kind of where I want it, and it'll only let me draw a circle.
Ooh,
Even if I try to go straight across, it's just going to draw a circle. It's just going to follow those lines. Then when I want to move it, I have to click this dot again, and that'll let me move it to the other side. But sometimes you think you're going to draw it the exact same size and you end up not. And you go, oh gosh, how do I get them the same size? That's where you go to copy paste, right? Or duplicate layer. There's this little button down here. Looks like 2 pieces of paper right on top of one another. That will double or duplicate your layer. So now I have 2 of them that are called eyes. I'm just going to take my move tool, move one of those layers over, and then I've got 2 eyes that are exactly the same size.
Nice.
But I don't want them on 2 layers. I want them to appear on 1 layer, right? So then there's this.
Collapse it.
Collapse it. Yay, we're learning. I love it.
It is teachable.
Let's say I want my dog to have brown eyes this time. I don't have to make them black dots. I can make brown eyes if I want to. Coloring right on that same layer. So there's my first version of eyes. But my aunt once had a dog that had 2 different colored eyes. Let's say I wanted to do that. Eyes, 2 colors. I can go ahead, actually. I turned it off there, right there. I'm going to duplicate this layer though, and then I'm going to take my paint bucket And I'm going to color one of the eyes blue because we used to have a dog that had one blue eye and one brown eye. So now I've got my options again. There's some eyes. There's some eyes. Let's work on noses. Go nose. Let's say one of my nose options is a big old nose. But I could also give myself an option on a new layer. Small nose.
So when you took that new layer, it got rid of that big nose?
I'm just turning it off. I'm hiding it.
Turned it off. Okay, yeah, got it.
So then I can decide, do I want the big nose? Do I want the small nose? Do I want the brown eyes? Do I want the one blue eye?
Where's your assistant, Michaela?
I don't know. She didn't make it in today.
Sometimes we have to say that about our Stephanie. Where's our Stephanie? Where is she? We had to say that
I
about
won't be here
you.
Friday. I am going to be so behind in Dungeons and Dragons, but I got grandma obligations.
Grandma obligations. That's okay. Yeah. We're going to be starting over pretty soon anyway. We're going to new characters, new story.
Yeah, but we've got a prince halfway through his trip, and he hasn't made it yet. Yeah. You got to come help us.
Maybe I'll just turn the phone on so I can listen.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Now, did you put his mouth and nose on the same?
I did not. I put his mouth on a different layer.
So how do you make his mouth match up with a different nose?
No, I didn't.
I do that.
Control Z, abort. Okay, here we go. So I've got the small nose. Here we go. I was doing it based on just like the center of the face more than it lining up with the nose, but let's see if it'll fit with both of these noses. Not quite, but I can shape my big nose to land more on the, there we go. Make it a bigger eraser here.
How'd you get a bigger eraser?
Over here on the brush control, this number or the slider down here, make it bigger or smaller. And then for ears, I can make another layer. Let's say I want some floppy ears to start out with. And then I go, no, maybe this dog has upright ears. Take those off. I can color them in. I want this exact color, this taupe. How do I get this taupe again? I get my Alt. So I get my eyedropper, click on it once. So I got the taupe in my square there. Then I go ahead and fill in that part of the ear. Get a pink. Boop, boop, whoops, that's a little bright. Let's go more red.
I like it. I like
it. Better than that? Okay, we'll leave it.
You're the artist. Do what you want.
All right. I'll go a little bit more desaturated, just a little bit.
Yeah, that's better.
Then
it matches the taupe better.
Yeah, it goes with the taupe a little bit better. So then we can make all kinds of.
You need eyebrows, whiskers.
Oh, he does need eyebrows and whiskers. Let's do that. Whoops, not whiskers. There you go. He's pretending to be a cat, but couldn't cover up his floppy ears. That's what happened there.
Put a headband on there.
Yeah. Let's get some eyebrows. Whoops. Let's get black here. Or maybe when you've got something good to eat and they give you the big begging eyes, I can make some eyes that are larger and full of please feed me tears.
I like my eyes right now. I'm starving.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating in front of you guys.
That's
I'd
all
offer
right.
you some, but Zoom won't.
Yeah, Zoom doesn't carry over well that way. Huh?
Now those are eyes or glasses that you're making?
I'm going to make them into eyes, but I'm going to make them really big and begging for
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
food. Maybe put in some sparkles, some highlights. Please, can I have a piece of what you're eating?
I have Shih Tzus. They rarely do this. You can barely get them to eat their own food.
And that's the magic of layers. All the options.
Oh,
Wow.
isn't he nuts?
Yeah, he's cute. Now, very long time ago, when Nico came, he made it so it moved. Was it the cape was fluttering? So is that just going between the layers? Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yes, it is. It's if you make, let's say, one with eyes open and another with eyes closed, then Fire Alpaca can animate it and just switch between those two layers so that the eyes blink or the mouth moves.
It can animate
It can animate, yes. Let's see if I can do it. Let's go to...
Probably way beyond what we should be learning, huh, Kristen?
Oh, yeah. I don't know when I learn anything. I practice it, and then it's amazing that I keep forgetting.
It's amazing when I remember. So, I'm on that page.
View, onion skin mode. Always display the first frame. And then... autoplay? Well, there's the gist of it. It's playing all my layers one by one.
Wow.
But if you can imagine that being, open and closing eyes or...
No, I saw what Nico did.
Yeah, the flapping cape.
First class, Kristen. He was able to make a flapping cape. He just got it. He just whipped it out.
Just understood the application.
How fun. Smart.
Yeah. Tying his shoes, that's trouble. Doing something like this, not a problem. I don't get it. So you're going back, you're doing the eyes.
I was, but my eyes disappeared, it seems. They're not showing up, and I'm not sure why.
Well, right there, I see them.
Oh, they're there. Okay, it popped up for me.
Oh, I keep ending up with multiple things on one layer.
Yeah, that's a real...
Get into drawing it, yeah.
I mean, part of that is stopping to name them. I might,
yeah,
that would help, but never mind.
Or you can use the lock feature. As soon as you're done with a layer, lock it, and then you won't accidentally draw on it again.
That would help too. Let's see, I've got my nose and my ears, so I guess I have to make a whole new nose and ears together. That's all right, we can do that.
Oh, look how fast she's going through that, Kristen.
I know.
Gotta get my layers in order here.
That's what practice does, Stephanie, if you would practice.
Yeah.
Rainy season's coming.
That's true.
Oh, and that's going to be so much different than COVID. I don't think
it might be for me. It might be for me, Kristen.
Less garden time, I'm sure.
Well, let's hope we get some rain.
Oh, what is it? How'd you make that green?
Oops. I'm not sure. My Fire Alpaca is kind of doing some crazy things here. Like it's not showing my layers. Oh, I know why. It's part of the animation thing.
Oh.
So it's supposed to show you what your previous one looks like so that you can draw it at about the same shape without actually seeing it. That's why my thing is going.
That's why it pulls a different color, huh?
Yeah, so it makes it a different color. Thank you for that. That explains a lot about why I couldn't see what I was trying to see.
I didn't tell you anything.
Well, when you said green, green, what? Oh, green. And then I saw the red, and I go, oh yeah, that's onion skin mode. That's what that is. So we're using this as like a Mr. Potato Head function, but some other ways you can use it if you were to practice on your own maybe, is when you're sketching out poses, you can try out some different ones. If you have your body on one layer. And then you get another layer and you go, huh, I wonder what it's like with their arms up in the air. And then another one with maybe their arm on their hip. And you can check, oh, which one do I like better by flipping between these two.
Wow.
Some people use it like that. So it has many applications.
This is fantabulous.
Excellent. So I was hoping to find something that would just help you with like
Mr.
maneuvering the layers. Yeah, you know, just navigating layers.
It's a good analogy. Very good analogy. Very good analogy.
I love it. It's a toy that we can play with. So great.
Like
Not that I
fashion
like
designers,
any of it, but
fashion designers will like a paper doll. The concept of a paper doll. You have one base of a human, right? And you can design clothes all day long. And you just put it on a different layer, put it on a different layer.
Oh, too funny.
I think teachers are going more and more to this too, aren't they? Using the alpaca type thing to demonstrate different things.
Some teachers, yeah, some teachers know. Yeah, like I have some teachers that are like, they know PowerPoint. They're going to use PowerPoint until it goes out of commission, right? And then I have other teachers that are just like, oh yeah, this new tool does it 5 times faster. I'm like, okay, if you're going to learn the program and save you some time, sure, but.
I know, I thought my phone was going out and that would have been a new learning curve.
Oh yeah.
Instead it was the cord and the cube. Thank God. But I backed everything up to the cloud anyway.
Excellent.
That is a cute pup. Now, if you want to, like, make Halloween cards or Thanksgiving cards, or you can use this alpaca, do a little figure, and can you type?
Yes, you can, right? Over here, there's the letter T. T for text. I can grab that.
Where did you go? Oh, over here.
I think yours is on the top. Mine's on the side.
I'm just watching you now.
Okay. And it'll pull up this little edit text kind of a thing. It'll have your fonts. I don't know why it won't show a preview. Everybody needs a preview of their fonts. So let's say you're doing like, oh, happy Halloween or happy Thanksgiving or whatever it is.
Oh,
there's a preview down there. I go, oh, I don't want blue. I want it to be black or orange. Let's say it's orange. No, oh, I don't like that font. Let me try boop, boop, boop. Something down here. Oh, I know what Times looks like. Times New Roman. Maybe I want it bigger. So here's the text size. I can make it bigger.
I love fooling around with fonts.
Yeah. That's a whole nother.
It centers it. Well, I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah.
It centers it for you. How are you doing that?
This angle of rotation.
Oh.
So you can angle it if you want it to go up, go down. If you want it to be centered or right aligned, there's that. You want it to be bold, it can be bold. So you fool around all these things here. You say, okay. And because it's on its own layer, you can still position it where you want it to be.
Cute. Nice.
Then you just print it out and send it to all your friends.
Text.
Or email it or text or, you know.
No, I was going to say, you go to T, not for, I said text, but T is for.
Yes.
Like text,
like text, typing, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely do that too.
Nice.
Just about, what do we have? About 5 minutes maybe?
I want to see Kristen's.
I'm looking for, I've sort of lost one of my layers. Oh, I bet it's right there. No. I'm trying to label them all now.
In case you guys need something fun to do to get out of the house, Del Oso is open, so you can go shoot pumpkins out of a cannon.
Ooh, some pumpkin chunking, huh? Pumpkin chunking?
And it's socially distanced ever since it opened because it's.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want people shooting each other.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Even after the pandemic, there's still going to be socially distanced over there.
Still just socially distanced.
Okay.
Let me see.
I'm gonna stop my share here. You guys can show what you've
Time
done.
for Zoom. I'm gonna share.
I ate my
Share
dinner.
that.
That's
So
all right.
is it? Oh,
Actually, lunch dinner.
so there's
Oh,
one version, and then here's.
Aww.
can you make it wag its ears like that? Can you go back and forth? Is it animation?
I'm not good enough to do that.
Yeah.
I have some other eyes.
Oh, the smile.
Oh,
There's my other eyes.
There's some eyes. One.
Whoa.
So wait a minute. Let's get rid of eyes.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Now, it would be good if I were your grandson, then I'd go back and forth.
Yeah.
But instead it's struggling, but it's different.
Whew, you guys did a lot of layers today.
Let's see Granny's, because I didn't.
I did do a dog.
Oh, okay.
I did my lasagna from the Schwan Man.
Yeah, that guy. I liked him.
Yes, he's a wonderful guy.
But we learned the circle trick.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun, and we learned.
And I'm more comfortable doing layers.
Layers and
the eyedrop thing. The eyedrop thing.
The eyedropper, good. Yeah. So we're getting so good.
I know.
We should teach in this class.
That's right.